Commanders. We fight for RDC. Who are we? The Commanders. Commanders.
What is going on, everybody? It is Saturday, October 18th, 2025. It's good to be alive here on the Flex Zone Podcast. Only place Crevonte, giving you sports how you want it,
when you need it.
He made it through the Baltimore Running Festival, aka the Baltimore Marathon. He made it through the crazies at Comic-Con cosplaying as their favorite characters. He made it through Gangsta Mickey. Yes, Disney on Ice is down there. Take your kids, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you give something to the children. And, of course, he's here today on the Flex Zone Podcast with me to talk about those Commanders. It's the Commanderlorain, and he also beat the No Kings rally. It's the one and only Crevonte, baby.
Oh, man. Jam. Oh, jam. Well, now that's goofy.
How you feeling, my guy? I appreciate you getting home so we can rock out for your Commanders.
Oh yeah, for sure, man, for sure. It was crazy earlier today, but I found my way through it. So we had to get together to talk about the Commanders before this wildness starts tomorrow. So yeah, let's dive into it.
Lifelong Washington fan, lifelong Redskins fan, lifelong Commanders fan, Washington football team in between there. You are DC born and bred. When you hear Cowboys and it's Cowboys week, it hits different, Crevonte. Tell the people how you feeling. This rivalry, real quick. The Cowboys lead the series 79, 42-2 in the regular season, but the Commanders 2-0 in the playoffs. And that is how far back this series goes, Crevonte. What do you think about when you hear those two numbers and just the rivalry history between these two franchises?
When you go back to the history of both of these organizations, this Washington organization goes all the way back to I want to say 1930 in the 1930s, the early 1930s, and the Cowboys became a thing. I want to say 1960, and pretty much I don't know what the divisions were like in in the 60s, but we've been playing a lot of football, and it's interesting that we talk about like Cowboys and Indians, but that was not a great time for America. And now that the Redskins are no longer a thing, now it's like, all right, well, still a rivalry because it's Washington and Dallas, but it does mean an absolute lot. Like, no matter how well either team is doing, this is a big week for both franchises, because this rivalry runs really deep, very, very deep. I found out really early on when I started watching football how deep this rivalry, was. Like Dallas week, like nobody else gets a week. We play the Eagles, we play the Giants twice a year, and they don't get a week. But when we play the Cowboys, it's Dallas week, and it's an absolute big deal, and it's a very much a big thing. But I mean, as of right now, the team should be in Dallas right now. I mean, it's only fitting the game is only tomorrow, but yeah, man. But unfortunately, since Dak has been at the helm for the Cowboys, we have not fared well against the Cowboys. And he's been what 8, 9 years? I lost count.
Yeah, almost a decade.
So and honestly, Dak has a pretty good record against the entire NFC East, but specifically against us, he finds a way. He continues to find a way, even when the teams aren't great. Even when he didn't play, we still lost. I think that was with Cooper Rush.
Yes.
Found a way to lose that game. I don't know how that happened. But yeah, as of late, it has not been in our favor. And honestly, tomorrow, I can't say that I feel any different.
Crevonte, you guys signed Treylon Burks to the practice squad, former first-round pick. Remember, he was the guy drafted to replace A.J. Brown in Tennessee, went to Arkansas, I believe. Been the biggest bust I can remember in a while at the receiver position because I didn't even realize he got cut. And then now he's finding his way to Washington on a practice squad. What do you think about that as we head into with, of course, Terry McLaurin out of?
I hate it because we are low. We don't have any pass catchers. We don't have anybody to catch the ball. So Adam Peters and the crew is just grabbing at straws. You're grabbing at whatever you can grab because at this point we need bodies. But the fact that we have to put Burt on, the fact that Burt is on the practice squad is, I don't know if that's more talent for him or if that's more talent for us. But either way, I don't like it because it's like we already have an injury-prone wide receiver room, and we bring on another guy who has health concerns. So what is really going on? But at this point in the season, the trade deadline is coming up. We really don't have much room to maneuver to call ourselves buyers. We don't have any draft picks. We don't have any future draft picks. So I don't think there's any way we're gonna be able to, get any legit people in at this time. But yeah, at the wide receiver position, it's probably the weakest part of our team right now. And that's very unfortunate. Like to go into a game without your number 1, number 2, or number 3 guy. Now, granted, I think Luke McCaffrey has earned the wide receiver 3 role because it was once upon a time Noah Brown's, but Noah Brown never injury prone guy. I feel like he's been hurt since the miracle last year. He's been hurt and hasn't been playing football since. So we're really gonna see what JD5 is made out of because he's gonna be out there with Jalen Lane and Luke McCaffrey as his top 2 guys on the outside. So I'm just saying they better run that ball.
Real quick, I'm glad you brought up Luke McCaffrey. Luke, first 19 games without a touchdown, the younger brother of 49er star Christian McCaffrey. He scored in 3 of the past 4 games, including a 33-yard touchdown in week 6 last week. His only reception of the game, 3rd-round draft pick out of Rice, Crevonte. We talk about special teams all the time. He averages 31.5 yards per kickoff return, the highest rate for anyone in the league. Luke McCaffrey is going to have to be huge along with that run game tomorrow. And I didn't even see this before we went live. Deebo Samuel is downgraded to out, and he will not even travel with the team. That's never good, especially the heel area. We know no Terry McLaurin. You can get into the injuries. I'll pull up the rest of the injury report as well.
But before I get into that, the top 2 guys at wide receiver are also our top guys in the special teams. Like Luke McCaffrey and Jalen Lane, are they going to do both? Like that's kind of crazy to return the kick and then have to immediately be on the field out there. Is kind of crazy. So somebody else is going to have to return because Luke McCaffrey's workload has drastically increased. Jalen Lane's workload has increased. John Bates and Ben Sinnott going to have to get out there and run some routes too, because like it's going to be real skimp out there along with Zach Ertz. But but one thing I do love when Sinnott and John Bates are on the field because they be blocking their tails off. But it's going to be it's going to be rough. But Terry McLaurin out, Debo out, Noah Brown out. We're really thin, and I ain't even got to the defensive side. I don't even. Can you make that a little bit bigger? Zach Ertz, Sam Cosmi. I think Sam Cosmi gonna play. He's been activated.
Yes, I did see that as well. So some good news.
Cool.
Some good news.
Yes. Which is cool. Yep, that's cool. That's cool for the O line. Like I feel like our O line is probably. I feel like our O line is finally complete. Now. I'm still wary about left guard because Chris Paul's been playing well, but Brandon Coleman was the guy initially, but I still don't know what's going on with that. Michael Thomas is available. Lord, I should.
The Ohio State baby, Treylon Burks. Hey. Appreciate your brother thoughts.
Yeah, man. I don't know. The only bright spot in all of this is that Sam Cosmi's back. That's the only. Everything else is like bleak and and how are we going to? And the Dallas Cowboys defense is not good, but are we properly equipped to take advantage of that? I'm very, very concerned about it.
For the Cowboys, Crevonte, unfortunately for you, they get CD Lamb back, and George Pickens has been playing very well also. But no Trayvon Diggs and no Trevor Keegan, the guard, as well. And a lot of questionable guys, but nope, CD's back.
I say it looks like they're healthy for the most part. I think they're gonna put up points. That's just gonna happen because I already told you. All right, you already know my concerns about the secondary. These boys are not great. We still got Lattimore out there. Trey Amos is playing well. He's playing some good football at corner. So he'll probably go toe to toe with George Pickens, which is crazy to say out loud. And Marshawn Lattimore. What are we gonna do with him? I don't know. Hopefully CeeDee Lamb is not 100%. But if he's a go, yeah, we're gonna have it's gonna be a very long day, especially in the middle of the field because who's there? Is it Ferguson?
Jake Ferguson. Jake Ferguson.
I got a right mind to put anytime touchdown for him.
And Crevonte Turpin too. Crevonte and Crevonte.
Listen, man. Listen, he's great. He's great at returning, and now he doesn't even have to be crazy involved in the offense since they're getting healthier. He was the one who daggered us last year with that. I think it was a kick return.
Yep.
But man, yeah, it's going to be a rough one. But I don't think there's no way, shape, or form we're going to stop the Cowboys. The only way, you know what I'm saying, we can make this into something. We have to force turnovers, but we don't do that too well. So I foresee the Cowboys put up a lot of points. And I'm hoping the Commanders could be able to keep up.
How do you feel about the spread, Crevonte? It is a 1.5 point spread, 54.5 over under. How you feeling about that from that standpoint?
Yeah. They already know what's up. 54, yeah. And I'm taking it over. 54 is a lot, and I'm taking it over. I can't believe. Wait, are the Commanders still favorite, or did it flop? Did it flip? Oh no, I think it's Dallas 1.5 now, right? Okay,
yeah.
I couldn't believe it. Even when we didn't get confirmation with Terry and Debo, we were favored by 2.5, and I was like, that's crazy. I would say that Dallas money got to come in, because there's no way. Have you seen our defense lately? We not stopping nobody. We turn the ball over. Recipe for disaster. So definitely take the Cowboys cover at that point. Now that the Cowboys are favored, it's like, ugh. Now the spread is about right. And 54.5, I'm inclined to take the over. I was telling you before we got on the show. Dak Prescott, whatever the his passing yards are, over 1.5 passing touchdowns, probably take that over. JD 5 passing yards, probably over, and the game total over. Like that's what I'm feeling.
I know you love to feel like the pros when you dress in the fresh threads laid out by the wonderful Miss Hayes. Burgundy jersey, burgundy pants, burgundy socks. Crevonte, how you feel?
Hey man, I like it. I absolutely like it. That means Cowboys got to be in white, but I like it. I like that. For the for us showing up on the road. Lord, Von Miller, the team captain.
Yes, and your captains of the game, we got Chris Paul, Von Miller, and Tyler Owens, Northwest Federal Credit Union. There you go. Send free stuff.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, absolutely. Send free stuff. Oh man, but no, it's concerning. At least they'll look nice.
And we talked about Sam Cosmi real quick coming back to the team from that vicious injury last year. What a boost this will be for the O-line. Gotta stress that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Now we have a legit Pro Bowl, all pro level guard that will be next to our rookie. So, our right side will get a boost. Left side has been pretty solid thus far. Center's been pretty solid, but now that I feel better about the interior of the offensive line. So yeah, I mean, like I said, that's the brightest spot that we have from the injury report, and from we've got, the latest of this team is Sam Cosmi coming back. Everything else is like, ugh.
Well, Crevonte, we hope you're not making that face tomorrow around 4:25 when the game kicks off, and through the next 3 hours or so into the post-game show tomorrow, by the way. A nice primetime edition. What are your keys to victory for the Commanders to eke out a win? Because 2-3-1, don't forget the Cowboys tied. That counts like a win in the NFL, which is goofy. And the Commanders don't want to be 3-4 are the Chiefs next week? I believe, on the horizon?
Yes. That's why that's why losing to the Bears hurt so much more, because that was supposed to be a cushion. We were the idea was, oh my gosh, we beat the Chargers. Now it's time to get on the run. We're supposed to beat the Bears, literally and figuratively fumbled that game away, and we supposed to go up in Dallas and beat Dallas. So we were like, hey, we went on a 3-game winning streak. Yo, losing to the Chiefs not gonna be that bad. No, wrong. Now we're on a losing streak going into the Chiefs and hobbling, injured. It's not looking good this week or next week, honestly. But keys to the game, we have to find a way to contain Dallas passing attack. CeeDee Lamb is back. Yay. Great timing, CD. George Pickens is a problem. We already know CeeDee Lamb is a problem. If we do not find a way to contain this passing attack, they could put up points in bunches, and we don't necessarily have the equal power on our side to be able to keep up early. So we have to find a way to contain and keep the game close. So contain the offensive passing attack. This is probably this is connected. This next key is connected. Getting pressure on Dak Prescott. That'll be a way to help contain the passing attack. Because when Dak has time, Dak looks like a top tier quarterback. He for damn sure puts up numbers, like a top tier quarterback. He don't be having the wins, but his numbers are going to be like Joe Burrow's from last year, as long as he stays healthy. So have to be able to knock him off his spot. I'm saying? Have to be able to get pressure. How? I'm not sure. I know Dorrance Armstrong ended up on the injury report, but I don't remember what his status is. I'm sure it's probably questionable. He might even be doubtful. But those are two things that two keys for defense. Offense, you already know every week, protect JD5. Sam Cosmi coming back. That's great. As well as, all right, we have injuries. It's a fact. Top 3 wide receivers are out. Luke McCaffrey, Jalen Lane, Zach Ertz. Everybody got to pitch in. Everybody's going to have to pitch in to make this offense go, because I don't want this game to look like the Packers game where JD5 has to feel like he has to do all this and that, because that's how he ends up getting hurt. The young guys are going to have to make some plays. Luke McCaffrey, Jalen Lane, all those guys. Everybody who's a offensive weapon is going to have to step up to help replace what we're losing from Terry McLaurin and Deebo Samuels. Otherwise, this game could get out of hand very, very quickly. A similar key I had last week. We got to win the turnover battle. I'm not talking about just forces. We have to win the turnover battle. We can't force turnovers and then have giveaways on top of that. We have to force turnovers. I would say, again, I want to win the turnover battle by at least 2, whether it be 2-0, 3-1, something like that. We have to win the turnover battle by at least 2. I believe to have a chance in this game, because when it comes down to it, I don't think our guys can stop the guys on the outside. Consistently, I don't think so. Look at that. Wide receiver 1. Look at that. Look at that. So we'll see how that goes. And of course, special teams, find a way to make a play on the defensive side of special teams and the offensive side of special teams. You talked about it earlier. Excuse me. The returning game, getting, I think Luke McCaffrey had 30 yards returning. You know what I'm saying? We need big runs, kickoff returns, and punt returns, because we need anything that can help the offense. We need short fields. Great. We're going to need all of that. Maybe a block kick, that all of that is going to be helpful, because the offense is fractured, literally and figuratively, I guess, but definitely fractured on the offensive side of the ball. So, yeah, those are my keys.
DC Mayor Muriel Bowser will tour AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas, with the AT&T Stadium architectural design team and Washington Commanders ownership, Josh Harris and the crew, before the Commanders take on the Cowboys. Crevonte, is this going to inspire maybe some architectural designs for this, I don't know, cathedral that's coming to DC?
Absolutely. I mean, they know what's up. Listen, Jerry Jones, his facility is like world renowned. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot of events that goes on in AT&T Stadium, and we want to have similar capabilities, because we don't want to just be known as, hey, this is the place where the Commanders play. Nah, this is a place where we have fun. Probably put some stores. It'd be like a kind of like a mall, like great scenery. You know what I'm saying? Maybe a club, nightclub, casino. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But it's gonna be something for everybody to enjoy, not just football fans. Now, obviously, that'll be the focus, but there'll be a various amount of other things to do. But also, where it's at and what's around the stadium will be accessible by everybody as well too. So I'm sure they probably looking at some things like, yeah, the $1 billion play for, yeah, we want that. Oh, we want that too. Yeah, put that, write that down. You know what I'm saying? Like, so yeah, Jerry Jones, he did his thing with that facility. I've heard nothing but great things as far as the architectural design of it. So, she need to take she should take a flight to SoFi as well. You know what I'm saying? So we get the best of both worlds.
Cowboys have won 6 out of the last. Crevonte, how you feel about that? It's always a interesting matchup when division foes go in.
You said, 6 of the last 7? Yeah, that's what I said, man. Since Dak has been the quarterback, it's been rough. It has been rough. So, at some point we got to break through this, but injuries have definitely fractured us to this point. But hoping for the best, man.
All right, Vontae, the people want to know your prediction for tomorrow's game. I know you're flippy floppy a little bit, a little wavering. How you feeling?
So I felt one way when for Monday night. I felt one way at that point, but I said Commanders, and I don't feel that way anymore with Terry McLaurin out now, Deebo Samuel out. I just don't see us being consistent enough on offense to be able to take advantage of the Dallas, the lack of a defense that the Cowboys have. But I just know Dak Prescott is going to have his way with our secondary, because I don't know where we're going to get pressure. How are we going to develop pressure? And I just feel like a mistake or two is going to come from the Commanders. So I do think it's going to be a high scoring game, though. I'm thinking maybe 35-27, something like that. But unfortunately, I do think the Cowboys are going to come out on top.
Dak 11-2 versus the Commanders. George Pickens, who stepped up in his absence of CeeDee Lamb, 5-game touchdown streak, 5 out of the last 6, a career high. He's playing for a contract. I think Dallas is going to keep him, but he's going to get paid. And now you get CD back. You talked about Jake Ferguson. They were running the ball a little bit as well. Number 1 overall offense in the NFL as well, but defensively 32 against the pass and 29th against the run.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's the Commanders' best bet is to run the ball. But that's going to be tough because I'm almost certain that the Cowboys, whoever's on the outside, they ain't scared. They're going one-on-one. Luke McCaffrey, Jalen Lane, man, we're going one-on-one. We're going to fill the box. Bill ain't going to kill us. So you're going to have to, make plays on the outside. You got to prove that to the Cowboys that you can make plays against them, one-on-one. Because I'm pretty sure even though Bill, he's still a rookie and, people know what he's capable of, they're not letting that happen. You know what I'm saying? I'm absolutely certain that the Cowboys are going to stack the box and, y'all got to beat us one-on-one. You have to prove that to us. So yeah, that's that.
Well, Crevonte, tomorrow we will be live after the game. Real quick, let the people know what we do after each Commanders game as I get the slate for Week 7 uploaded for everybody.
So, we do pre-games every week, and we do post-games immediately after the game. So you get our live instant reaction, the good, the bad, the ugly, and sometimes it could be a lot of ugly. And I'm just gonna, I gotta talk my way through it. You know what I'm saying? But you'll get my immediate thoughts and reactions of the game. So as best we can. So look for that every week, good, bad, or ugly.
All right, Crevonte, Week 7 kicked off with the Unk Bowl or the Icy Hot Bowl.
Unk Bowl.
33-31, Bengals beat the Steelers. Flacco, 342, 3 touchdowns. Jamar Chase, 16 receptions, 161 yards, and a touchdown. The Bengals stay alive, 3-4, and the Steelers next week play the Packers. They have a tough little slate coming up. How you feel about this? Yeah.
So the Steelers' schedule is about to get tough. And it is a game they should have won, but Flacco jumped into a time machine, and now he has receivers now. So he had Jamar Chase had to been targeted about 20 times, easy. You know what I'm saying? And 16 catches. Jamar Chase was loving this, absolutely loving it. And T. Higgins got some love too. Shout out to T. Higgins for making that unselfish play. Towards the end of that game, instead of scoring, sliding, and running the clock out. But we'll see how Flacco can continue this. Because listen, I thought the Bengals were dead in the water. If they could stay afloat and Joe Burrow can come back in December and they can be, hovering, going for a playoff spot, as well as possibly competing for the division, because the Ravens are far behind, the Browns are far behind, and you just beat the Steelers. So it's all in range. So but the most entertaining game that I've seen this Thursday of all the Thursday games, this year, I believe this was probably the most entertaining.
3 straight weeks, the Thursday night underdog has covered Crevonte because they've all pretty much won the game. So they've all
right. Yeah. Listen, Mike Tomlin as a favorite, especially 5.5. 5.5 is no man's land. But Mike Tomlin as a favorite, he does not do well with covering the spread.
And isn't it something with him on Thursday games or primetime games too? Something he doesn't do well against sometimes, because he always loses at least 1 or 2 a year against the Browns or the Bengals.
Yes,
you know how it is with the Ravens, but the Browns or the Bengals, he drops one every year. It seems like.
That's crazy. I'm not sure what it is with him in primetime or Thursday, but I know for sure when he's a favorite, leave it alone or go the other way.
Week 7, Crevonte, can you believe it? What you looking forward to this week? We got another international game. The Commanders going to be one of the last international games of this year in Spain, but this week we got some games. Any games you're looking forward to?
Let's see. Rams and Jags look, could be interesting because the Jags
no Puka.
No Puka. That's tough, and it's crazy because I thought it was going to be Matt Stafford that get hurt. I did not think it was going to be Puka, but that hurts. And they are favorite. What's that, 3.5? Jaguars have been playing some outstanding defense. They've been playing lights out defense. And with one less receiver, I think they'll find a way to cover the Rams. I'm not sure if they'll win, but that game will be close. Dolphins and Browns, yuck. I forgot. Damn, did I pick the Dolphins? I'm probably still going back and forth about this game.
I picked the Dolphins, but I don't know who's going to win, bro.
Yeah, I don't know either.
I just want the Browns to keep losing until they push the door in. That's how I feel right now. So I'm kind of being a hater, and I actually don't even care about Cleveland like that. I don't really, whatever. But I just want Shador to get an opportunity because I think he can't do worse. He can't do worse. And Juckins is a baller. They got Judy, they got Fannin, the tight end, and Joe.
Guys. They got guys.
Yes. Just need a little something.
Not the
and the Saints real quick. And I know Miss Hayes is right next to you, but they can't lose the Bears to the Saints after beating the Commanders because we said, I know I may have been, I think myself and Dre were a little bit more off of the, jumping off the cliff into the Ben Johnson, canyon. Because last year we was like, oh, they think they're going to do it. Then they get Ben Johnson, who I like a lot. We like a lot. I said, this is going to be their year. They might get 10. But I said, everybody in the North might get 10, just doing my schedule stuff. So the Bears can't lose this one, right? Caleb, painted fingernails and all. Make sure they, bedazzle, whatever you got to do. Make sure they're dry, no acrylic, and get it done.
This would be a horrible loss. If the Saints can go to Chicago and beat the Bears, this would be a horrible letdown after such an emotional win against the Commanders. This would be a terrible letdown.
How about Spencer Rattler though? Only one interception. He's not doing terrible. They're playing hard. The Saints. They're playing hard.
Yes, they are. They are definitely. They're competing.
Yeah, and I hope Kellen Moore gets a chance. I think he's a decent coach. So I hope he gets a chance. We'll see. Anything else? Crevonte, Patriots, Titans. Mike Vrabel going back to stomp on the Titans.
Yes, he is. I think he's absolutely going to do that. Eagles, Vikings. The Eagles are in an interesting
Carson
spot.
Wentz is the starter, by the way. No JJ McCarthy.
Is he? What's his timeline?
I think they're going to ride with Carson Wentz right now. I think that's what I think. Remember, he had the ankle injury, so I think they're going to go with Carson Wentz. Kevin O'Connell was like, I'm going to just go with Carson Wentz until I can't, then I'll bring in JJ.
Right. So, yeah, you rest up. Eagles going into, Minnesota can be a tough place to play, but the Eagles have some internal things going on.
They can't lose this game. After what happened last week, they can't lose this game.
Shoot, man. Listen.
Did you pick the Vikings or I picked the Eagles? But I think we get a Saquon. I think we get a big Saquon day. I know we haven't got one in a while. I think we get a big Saquon day.
He's due.
I know. I've been telling you Tyler Warren. Every week I've even told you. Some of the other guys. I said the Panthers. We picked the Panthers last week.
Yep.
I think Saquon has a big Saquon day.
He has to. The offense just it feels out of sync. Just feels out of sync, and Saquon has not been getting the production that we're used to him getting. So he's due for a game.
Real quick, Chiefs Raiders. I'm feeling the Rashee Rice anytime touchdown as well. He's back.
Whoo! Game one, day one. Get back in there.
Maybe first touchdown if you're feeling a little frisky, Crevonte. First touchdown.
That's got to be like plus 700.
Maybe something to think about. Anything else?
Yeah. I mean, it's not too much.
Panthers Jets. Panthers can't lose this. I want to believe in them.
You cannot drop this one. But God, man, my man Aaron Glenn, he's gonna get fired. I don't think he's gonna make it through the year.
Jesus Christ, man.
He's gonna get fired, and it's not totally his fault, but he's gonna get fired because they're terrible. They're terrible. Like it feels like nothing's changed. So he's gonna get fired. They're gonna mess around and go 0-11 going.
They play the Bengals after this. So if they lose to the Panthers, they got the Bengals next. Yeah, they got the Bengals next.
Yeah. By Thanksgiving, if they have 0 or 1 win, I think he might get the boot, yo. like what the Panthers did to Frank Wright. I feel that's going to happen to Aaron Glenn.
We'll see how good Jackson Dart is this week, going on the road to Denver against that number 1 defense, Crevonte.
Bo Nix, but Bo Nix got to prove himself too, man. I feel like Bo Nix hasn't quite turned that corner yet. He shows, different moments, but Bo Nix has he got some showing out to do as well. Colts Charger, here it is right here. The Colts and the Chargers. That should be a game right here. Oh, they got the Chargers as favorite. Oh boy, that's going to be fun. Is Danny Dimes for real?
Well, Jonathan Taylor's for real. We know that.
For sure. And they got a pretty good they got a damn good offensive line too. So, that game will be interesting. I don't even remember who I picked.
I picked Chargers. Khalil Mack is back as well. He will be back activated.
Oh man, how many snaps is he gonna play? How old is he?
Mack attack. I don't know, bro. I don't know.
Shoot, I think that might be the Falcons 49ers would be interesting. Mac Jones
back. Yeah, George Kittle's back too.
No
Fred Warner. He's done, unfortunately. Bijan went crazy last week. Cardinals are pretty much done. I think this is probably the end of the Cardinals here.
Yeah, this might be the fork. Is Kyler Murray playing? Probably not.
I don't even know if he's playing. I know he had a foot injury, so he's probably not even 100% if he does play. Against the Packers, Michael Parsons, you might want to sit out another week, bro.
You might want to sit out another. Go let Jacoby go ahead and take this.
Yeah.
Jacoby, you got this week.
Go ahead, get another coach fired. At this point. Mr. Gannon. Unfortunately, we liked you, but it ain't gonna work out.
Yeah, it's just
and Steichen in Indy, the one we thought would get fired in Indy, is going to survive, make the playoffs possibly, and the one in Arizona who we thought may have had a chance is probably going to get fired.
First of all, not just make the playoffs, they have a chance to be like a top seed in the AFC.
They got to play like the Steelers coming up. They got some interesting games coming up against some teams too, so it's going to be interesting.
God, man,
they win tomorrow. That's a big win. 6-1 if they get to 6-1.
Yeah, I think they tops in the
because the Texans got to go to Seattle, bro. That's not gonna be Monday night. And I think that game could get ugly. I know they whooped the Ravens' ass, but I think Seattle, if they get hot with that crowd, and don't let the Mariners be in the World Series, Crevonte, it's gonna be lit in Seattle.
Seattle's gonna be crazy. But those are two really good defenses, man. But Jackson Smith and Jigba has been playing his butt off. Him and Ibuka been playing their butts off. So Monday night it could be a receiver show. Wait, is Ibuka? Because the bus got some injuries too.
I think he's game time, but I think Godwin's out. Evans might be back. They got a lot of movement and all, but Baker might be the MVP right now through first 7 weeks.
I think him and crazy to say this, but him and Danny Dimes possibly the top 2 right now.
Yes.
That's absurd. That's absurd to even say.
Yes.
But yeah, the Bucks Lions could be interesting on Monday night, but Chargers Colts. Looks like that's a game to definitely look forward to.
All right, my brother, I think that is all we got. Any final words for the people on this Saturday? The Ohio State is winning, by the way. Number one team in the country, only undefeated. Miami lost last night, Crevonte. I'm sure you saw my text.
My God. Listen, Carson Beck looked terrible.
4 picks.
And the last one, first of all, big ups to the defender. That was a hell of a pick. That was a hell of a pick, that last one. But coach, like, your boy threw 3 picks in a game and you still putting the ball in the air is crazy. They should have probably kept that ball on the ground because they was in the red zone. So, and they was only down 3 through 3 picks. At some point you gotta save the player from himself. And that ain't just with injuries, that's with gameplay as well. You not having a good game. You know what I'm saying? So that's unfortunate. Carson Beck had arguably probably the worst game of his career.
Yeah.
Ole Miss, Georgia, that game crazy.
Yes. So there you go. We got Alabama tonight against Tennessee. That's going to be a big one too. And USC Notre Dame.
USC Notre Dame.
Yes, sir. There you go.
So Alabama, Tennessee. I think Alabama will win that. USC Notre Dame. I think I'm leaning Notre Dame. But I think it'll be interesting. Ooh, Oregon Rutgers. Ooh. Ooh, what's the point spread?
Oregon Rutgers is 17.5.
Whew, I thought it was gonna be worse. I'm gonna be honest with you.
How about Indiana, Crevonte? Undefeated, number 3 in the country, by the way.
So they a powerhouse now. That Indiana's a powerhouse now. Is that what we're doing?
Crazy, man.
Listen, man, it's a lot of Nick Saban disciples, out there, man, and they all getting paid, ain't they?
Must be nice. All right, Crevonte. Last word. Commanders, Cowboys will be here to rock out tomorrow after the game's over.
For sure. Hoping for the best, but it's not looking good right now. And I was really confident, looking at our schedule at the beginning of the year, like, man, I think we get the Cowboys twice. Now I'm concerned about the Giants and the Cowboys because the Giants ain't gonna be no cakewalk, and the Cowboys, they got the best offense in the league. I think according to yards. Like what? Yeah, that's crazy. So hoping for the best, but I know how reality is.
Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell for the Commanderlorain, one half of the Founding Fathers, the senior producer, captain of the Goofy Ship, Crevonte Bebe. He'll be back with me tomorrow. Commanders post-game show, recapping the Commanders and Cowboys. And let the people know, Crevonte, they're watching on X what they need to do real quick.
Come on over to YouTube. Like, subscribe, share, comment. We love the engagement that we get from our people and our supporters. But come on, man. Let me know what's popping on X, because X numbers are always crazy. Like, come on over to YouTube. Matter of fact, come to YouTube and tell us why X is popping. Do that for me.
All right, for Crevonte, we'll be back a little later. We got some more content on the channel. Check it out. We were live yesterday. Been live all week. Subscribe, like, share, comment down below. Only place Crevonte give you sports how you want it.
When you need it.
We'll see you tomorrow. Commanders post-game show following Commanders and Cowboys recapping all of the Week 7 action, getting you ready for the primetime games. For Crevonte, everybody in the chat, thank you for watching. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell. We'll be back on here a little later. We gone, y'all. Have a good night. Peace.
Tell me where is the road to the last spring? How many days before I decay? It's getting so hard to get by. Where are all my trophies in life? And he hated the way he was dying, but the moment he turned on the light, he became what he dreamt of at night when he was young and hungry for life. Set the sail.